Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt McClure, the Wellness Matt. Yeah, sometimes I just feel inspired to make my videos weird. But anyway, I'm cooking eggs right now. Doing a little scrambled eggs action. Yeah. So you're probably, what is going on? This is not what I was expecting when I was going to watch this video. Sometimes it's good to do the unexpected. Alright, so this video is about portion sizes. I just felt like making it because sometimes I just feel like making it. Anyway, so what I mean by portion sizes, and more like, not really portion sizes as much as like balance, that's what I'm really getting at here, is that when you cook a meal, you eat a meal, you want to think in terms of, hey, is this meal optimizing everything I want for my life? That sounds pretty big, like a big deal, like this one meal has so much impact. And that's the thing, people really don't think in terms of that. They aren't like, oh, this meal has so much impact. Well, I think it does. Every meal you have adds up, because we eat multiple times a day, every single day, and a lot of our eating habits actually are habitual. Go figure. I often had eggs on a regular basis. In fact, I do what I'm doing now. I'm actually going to do little eggs, put a little bit of quinoa in it, which is right here. You probably don't know about quinoa. Maybe you do. I'll tell you about it in a second. And I throw that on a salad. Usually I have like some other veggies with there, but not right now. I snacked before I ate this meal, so I'm not going to go there completely. And that's one reason why I'm making this video, because I'm more particular about, you know, snacking and what that means in terms of balance, in terms of eating. Because right now I'm still probably confusing you. Like, what is he getting at? So here's what I'm getting at. My goal in life is to be extremely healthy, to have extremely amazing energy levels, and to be lean, fit, have good muscles, you know, keep a six-pack all the time, you know, that kind of look, right? That kind of ability. Now what that takes is some good discipline when you eat food, because too often, say you go to a restaurant, you are eating an unbalanced meal pretty much guaranteed. In fact, I very rarely go to a restaurant knowing it's a balanced meal. It's always usually high in carbohydrates, high in fat, and it's either too low in protein or could have a good amount of protein. But regardless, the portion size is ridiculously too big. Now, I'm not going to go on that rant, but I just wanted to throw that in there. By the way, I'm looking at the eggs. I'm not looking away from you. I'm giving you all the attention in the world. Just look at that. Look how fast this was made. And that's another thing I want to talk about, too, is how quickly you can make a meal is one of the best secrets in terms of being productive, because too often we have so many dishes and so many things to clean up, and you just kind of go for the fast food option, right? I never go, well, actually I'm talking in general, because I never do that, but I'm talking in we, as in like, you know, I feel connected to you. I don't know who you are, but maybe I do know who you are. I don't know. Maybe you're one of my avid watchers. I don't know. So anyway, I'll get to my point, but actually I gotta put no, I'll put it in my mouth. I'll figure out some way to hold this so you can see what. Now I'm confusing you. I'm trying to put the eggs into the salad. 1 second. I'll give you this cool little POV shot right there. Oh yeah, you like that? I like it. It's awesome. All right. Oh, bet you weren't expecting that today. All right. Okay. Actually, I messed up making my eggs. I was going to throw the quinoa into it and mix it together, but now I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. Not too much. Now quinoa, I'm not even going to go into it, but just I would say a better alternative to anything like a grain or rice. It's actually a seed, and pretty phenomenal stuff. It's also high in protein. It's good vegetarian protein if that's what you're into. So it's a great food. I very much appreciate the quinoa. Alright, so here's what I got here. See this? This is actually a pretty decent balance and some of the macronutrients. Each egg has 6 grams of protein. That's 18 grams of protein total. I usually like to do a little more in a meal, getting closer to 30. And you know, I do different things for that. Like I could have added beans to this. Actually, there's more. The quinoa adds a little protein as well. But so this is in the 20s. So I'm not too far from that 30 mark, right? The other thing to look out for, you always have some kind of like food that's going to be good for your energy in terms of live enzymes and macronutrients. That's what the salad is, the greens. And actually, a little earlier, I had a giant carrots, and you know, I had fruit this morning, blueberries, plum. So throughout the day, I'm typically getting, you know, all the different varieties of color that you would have in a fruit or vegetable. It gives you maximum amount of health and energy. So another thing I got over here, and this is what I snacked on, this is what I was getting to before having this meal. So I had a little bit of hummus. You know, this is all organic and pretty awesome. I like, look, organic chickpeas, garbanzos, etc. But I like, and a lot of love at the end. You see that? That's pretty cool. I like that. Here's my snack that I had. I'm really getting to the heart of the matter here now. I'm getting to the issue. I had to make the eggs first. Come on, give me a break. So check it out. A snack. Check it out. One serving size is about 8 chips. And I'll tell you I'm getting to this. That includes 8 grams of fat. Look at that. Awesome polyunsaturated monounsaturated fat is the bulk of that fat, which is great. Now, the other big issue is the carbohydrates, because I was saying, you know, I want to have good energy, be healthy, whatever, but the main thing is about being lean, because if you want to have a really flat stomach, if you're a girl, if you're a guy, and you want that six-pack look or whatever, you have to really limit your carbohydrate intake and up that protein. So it's like low carb, medium fat, high protein. And I did a pretty good job with this meal. Actually, I had a little more fat than I would normally have, because I had 8 grams here. And then each egg, I believe, is 4.5. It's like 4 grams. So 12. That's about 20 grams of fat. And I had very little of the pita, not pita, but the the hummus, which I had 8 chips with, right? So this is a little bit before I had my meal, right? 150 calories. I definitely had maybe like 30 calories from there. It's 180. But the main thing is I had low carb. I'm maintaining the low carb because this doesn't have any carbohydrates, really. I mean, this is very little. You can't even count that as a carbohydrate. And this quinoa, I put such a low amount that it's going to be in low carb as well. So I hit that mark of hitting low carbs. Now I had a little higher fat, which is fine, because instead of me like using carbs for fuel, I'll be using more fat as fuel. So I'm kind of balancing out there. And then I had good protein. But the main thing I just wanted to say here is that too often people end up eating more than the serving size. They get all these extra carbs they don't need, and this only has like 2 grams of protein. So these chips by itself are not like a real food. I mean, they're amazing. These are like the best chips ever. I don't know if you've had the Tostitos Artisan, like black bean garlic ones. Like, it's ridiculous. I discovered them while I was in Hawaii a few months ago. But it's a little tangent. It's all good fun stuff. Anyway, so I just kind of want to talk about, you know, in terms of your snacking, think in terms of, you know, high protein ratios, low carbs, fat, don't avoid it. There's all these diet gimmicks saying, oh, avoid fat at all costs, it's bad. No, I think fat's really good for you if you're getting the right kinds of fat. For example, the polyunsaturated, monounsaturated fats, you can never go wrong with those. So look for those on a label. Hummus, amazing food, great. But just notice how this is an example of a meal I would have. You know, sometimes I have other things in there, but I'm hitting the ratios of what I need so I can hit the results I want in life. Because every meal I have, like I said, matters. It adds up over time. Every meal adds up over time. And by doing this, I guarantee that I get the results I want, no matter what. So if you want to lose weight, you want to bulk up, whatever you want to do, stop thinking in terms of your end result and just start thinking about everything I do is in line with that end result, because then the end result just comes. It magically comes. And you know, I think diet is everything, whether it be like your health, it be your physique, it be even the fact that diet impacts your brain. For example, if you aren't getting the right balance of meals and whatnot, like you'll have brain fatigue. Like, so just, I think diet is everything. Everything. Nutrition is like the most important thing in the world almost. You know, I think air is a little more important than nutrition and water, you know, so you get the idea though. So I just want to share with you a little of my crazy shenanigans, my little cooking, and hope you were at least somewhat entertained by this video, and I hope it was at least somewhat valuable to you in your life, so I didn't waste however many minutes this has been of your time, which I think is important. So that's all I got to say for now. Keep checking out my stuff at thewellnessmat.com, and think in terms of balancing your meal portions, because I think most people want higher protein, good medium fat, and lower carbohydrate in their diet if they want to have that physique that you probably want to have. I don't know. Anyway, talk to you later, and enjoy life.